know right now. It's time for game 1 of this best of 5. Remember, it's the first of 3 here in the best of 5, and it's all about to kick off with the first pick and ban. It's over to Baus and Killer to bring us all the action.
Oh, thank you, Adam. I'm lost for words because this is going to be an exciting one. Our final matchup for the day. It is best of 5. We've got plenty of action coming for you guys. Glorious versus OBABO. Pre-ban phase is in right now.
Precisely, and I'm expecting some light dark pre-bans here today because both players have plenty of nice units on that front.
Just like predicted, our boss, you got the light and dark pre-bans. Tableau, Wunsa, banned out.
Surprised that he went for the Tableau instead of the Bella or the Han, but at the same time we know that Tableau is one of OBABO's favorite picks, and Glorious, maybe he's fixed the speed tuning on his Tableau actually. Let's hope so.
Here we go, Glorious with the Chung Pung first pick. OBABO, well, how will you respond?
That is actually a really surprising first pick. A Chung Pung first pick is not something we see very often at all. I would have expected a mashup potentially because I don't think Glorious has the Dominic. OBABO going with that Trinity? No. Oh, what a shame.
He's just trolling with the Trinity. Trinity goes out. Merlong locked in first pick, second pick for OBABO's team. Glorious, how will you respond to that draft?
Well, I'm fully expecting Glorious to go with his trademark Shan if he decides he wants to compete for first turn. It's actually quite interesting that both players don't seem to be going that hard for the first turn.
They're just taking that time to appreciate the moment they're in. We've got Shizuka and the Shan picked on Glorious side, second and third unit. OBABO with the Wusa and the Bella. We've seen this combo before. Locked in on OBABO's side. Glorious going with the Seimei for his fourth unit.
Fantastic, more Seimei action, we love to see it. I think Glorious has held off on that Oliver for some reason. I don't think OBABO has the Oliver, so that's probably why Glorious didn't pick him that early. But Glorious is really mixing up with this draft. Very, very interesting indeed.
Yes, we've got the Seimei and the Nana locked in for Glorious side. Han comes out to play on OBABO's final pick. Locked in. Here we go. What kind of bends we're going to see, boss?
I'm probably going to see the Nana ban because OBABO has a lot of damage on his side. Glorious is going to have to think of a way to stop that. I don't know which one of OBABO's units Glorious should ban. Maybe the Han, maybe the Bella.
He bans that Shan, bans that Han. Glorious bans that Han. Alright, leader skills are about to come in. It looks like HP leader skill for OBABO and another HP leader skill for Glorious.
I think that Shan ban is really good as well because then Glorious really lacks damage. Chung Pung being his main source, but then Sekhmet can reset the Chung Pung. I'm really favoring OBABO in this matchup right now.
Here we go, guys. Best of 5. First set. Sekhmet first turn. Resistance from that Chung Pung. Chung Pung resists the Sekhmet. Bella follows up. Bella, where are you going to put your damage?
I think he's deciding if he wants to take out the Shizuka quickly because Shizuka can make a comeback, or just take out the Nana.
Takes that Nana. Bella doing some serious damage. Reckless Assault from Merlong taking that Nana's. Soul Harvest stack. Wusa goes with the immunity and the shield, but it's one turn because of that Seimei on the field. Oh! Violent Chung Pung manages to strip 3 out of 4 units. Serious Mudder, will it follow up?
Oh my goodness, the fact that the Sekhmet missed the reset on that Chung Pung is absolutely huge for Glorious. As is that proc. I think that OBABO made a big mistake in not using the Wusa skill 2 to finish off the Nana. I'm not sure why.
This match is already very, very exciting. Shizuka, all things in nature. Boom! Gets those buffs. Shizuka, another turn.
That's it. I think OBABO made a huge misplay in order to not finish off the Nana, and if Glorious keeps doing his thing, then Glorious is going to win this match. He needs to take out the Bella as soon as possible. The only problem is Glorious has such few low damage. All 4 of his units are kind of tanky support units.
We've seen some nice damage coming from that Nana into that Bella. Was 2.7k per hit. Here we go, Sekhmet, another turn. What will he do? Skill 3 or skill 2? Land some debuffs or steal some immunity? He steals the immunity of the Nana, the Soul Harvest as well. Here we go, Shizuka puts it up.
Indeed, Nana can be built on additional damage artifacts, and that's probably what Glorious is doing. So Nana can provide some decent damage, and once this Bella goes down, she is going to have another stack.
And Bella goes down. Nana gets a stack. Nana lands a defense break on that Murloc. Murloc not looking too healthy right now. Segment will take a turn. But what will she do? She goes for the reset on the Shizuka. Lands the reset on Shizuka. Same skill 1 doing some damage into Murloc. Also Shizuka doing some damage into Murloc. Murloc is almost out of this match.
Indeed, I don't think we can quite discount OBABO yet because the Sekhmet plus the Wusa skill 2, if he got the proc right now, could make a little bit of a comeback.
No proc, but he does land the sleep on that Nana. Nana missing a turn. Same skill 1 taking out that Murloc, getting another Soul Harvest stack for Nana. Skill 1 attack break on the Changpang doesn't matter.
Incredible stuff from Glorious. I mean, the Seimei actually was a really interesting interaction because the Seimei limited the 2-turn sleep from Wusa so that Nana always only slept for 1 turn. Well played.
Wow. I mean, Glorious coming through there. 1-0 against OBABO. Killer, the dream is coming true. It's happening. It's happening right now.
Exact same thing I thought. Wow. Beating OBABO in that first set. Wow, wow, wow. OBABO's going to go back and have to rethink everything again.
Maybe he's doing a Pinkroid and saying, I'll lure you into a full sense of security. And then bang! I'll strike the iron's hot. Baus, OBABO, what happened? He seemed to drop the ball in that one.
Yeah, I think it was really interesting because the Sekhmet missed the reset and then he decided to put up the immunity with the Wusa, even though it's only 1 turn of immunity and shield. Maybe he misclicked because the Seimei counters the Wusa so hard on that skill. If he just finished off the Nana with the Wusa skill 2, Nana would not have been able to stay on the field and keep on reviving and reviving additional lives on additional life. But it was also really unlucky for OBABO that he missed the reset on Changpang with the Sekhmet. That was a crucial part of the game as well.
Yeah, unlucky on that one. But will the next game, will he be as unlucky or will the odds turn in his favour? We'll have to wait and see here. It's time for set 2 of this semi-final. Best of 5. Let's head back into the pick and ban phase and see who comes out on top.
Summoners, our final match of the day is very exciting. Pre-bans are in. We got the Sekhmet and the Shan pre-banned early on.
Well, OBABO really doesn't want to deal with this Shan. He banned it in the previous match. He's pre-banning it in this match. Glorious, I do like that Sekhmet pre-ban because OBABO likes the Sekhmet and Glorious is probably going to pick up his Woundser in this match, so he doesn't want to have to compete for speed with the Sekhmet.
OBABO locks in that Changpang for first pick. Glorious goes with the Masha and Oliver for his first and second pick.
That is a really early masher. In this spot, you'd usually pick the Dominic, but we know the Glorious doesn't seem to have access to this unit. So it's all about whether OBABO wants to continue to compete for speed. Is he going to bring that Bella? Is he going to bring maybe a Moore? Or is he going to bring some counters to the masher, like a Mo Long?
OBABO goes with the Tableau and the Bella for the second and the third unit.
Of course, flavor of the day, both players want that first turn. Bring out the Tableau, the speed lead. Glorious, really interesting here, actually bringing out 2 33% speed leads potentially. Glorious wants that first turn even harder than OBABO, but if he does take it, is it going to be enough? Is he actually going to be able to do the damage and do the goods?
Wow, locking in that Wunsa and that Sierra with the speed lead for his 4th unit on Glorious's side. OBABO, how will you respond?
I think an Ethna would be a decent pick here, or a Barbara, but no matter what, Glorious has 2 speed leads already on the field. He has the Woundser. Ciara is a decent choice because she brings damage, she brings the stun, and she newly got that attack bar reduction on bombs as well.
Here we go, Rika, and another speed lead, more aka Water Ray has been locked in for OBABO's final pick. Glorious with the same in this match as his final pick. Will he lock it in? Or will he switch it out for something else?
Seimei is actually a really cool choice because it does soft counter the Rika with those dots and slow only being 1 turn instead of 3. But at the same time, I'm not sure because I think Glorious should really commit to just taking out OBABO, maybe with another stripper because Woundser is his only stripper on the field right now apart from the single target skill 1 of Seimei. So if Woundser gets banned out, things might be looking tricky for Glorious. If Glorious will probably want to ban out the Moore or the Changpang potentially, but I'm really favoring OBABO in this draft right now.
There we go, OBABO's Tableau gets banned, Seimei gets banned on Glorious' side. players picking the speed lead. Glorious with a 33 speed lead, and OBABO with a 24 speed lead. Who will take this first turn? Glorious 1, OBABO 0, best out of 5. Wunsa with the first turn manages to strip 2 out of 3 units.
Yep, and that more cuts in, but unfortunately for OBABO, he doesn't do any stuns. Let's see if Glorious can take out this Rika. Oh, I mean, he can go for this one as well.
Fast Link destroying that Bella. Oh! He chooses not to take out that Bella, but Oliver follows up, goes for the reset on Rika, manages to push back Rika's attack bar. Tierra taking out that Bella, lands the bomb on the right. I can't keep up. This is so good.
Incredible. I think OBABO made a huge mistake to not ban the Wunsa, because without the Wunsa, this would not be happening. Wunsa did strip 2 of the 3 units. More unfortunately for OBABO, I'm not sure if it's a Switch Maw or Despair Maw, but if it's a Despair Maw, didn't manage to land any stuns. And I'm pretty sure that with the Rika reset, Glorious is going to be able to wrap up this win.
Here we go. Changpang with the serious matter pushes back Sierra, Wunsa, Oliver, but doesn't matter because Marsha has immunity. Oh, fast link into that. Rika fails to land that defense break. He's trying to get that Rika out of this match. Changpang with the stun on the Sierra. Right, Oliver, additional turn into Rika, taking that Rika out. Oh, this match is exciting.
Wow.
Glorious 2.
Wow.
Sierra over OBABO. Wow, what an amazing match.
Absolute scenes. I mean, OBABO conceding again, 2-0 going in Glorious's favor. I don't think any of us predicted this happening, but it's awesome, pals. This is awesome.
I mean, I don't want to favor any player too heavily, but of course I favor my guildmate. I'm big fan of OBABO as well. I've met him in person and he's such a nice guy. But Glorious is my guild leader, you know, and big fan of what he's done here today. OBABO, I think I made a little bit of a mistake there in not banning the Wunsa, and Glorious punish him for it. At the end of that match, he got quite a lucky proc from Oliver as well, so to not take out the Rika, because I think the Rika probably had her skill 3 up again. But nevertheless, let's not put down the power of Glorious. 2-0 up. It's going to take a huge comeback for OBABO to make his way.
I think you're right. I think it was just, I mean, I'm exactly the same. I mean, obviously on this show, we kind of like, you celebrate every single player, but Killer, the fact that the underdog story could be coming true here. I mean, OBABO, whatever happens, will go through, you know, he may still win this 3-2, mind you, but whatever happens, goes through the next week's losers bracket and still in it with a good chance here. But to see Glorious get 3-0 clean sweep here, this could be amazing. It's pick and ban time.
Here we go, exactly. Pick and ban time. Pre-bans are in. The Tableau and the Wunsa are pre-bans.
OBABO definitely does not want to deal with that Wunsa again, but Glorious is going to be able to play with Shan. I do like the pre-ban of Tableau from Glorious. Really crucial part of OBABO's draft, and if he does a similar thing like he did last time, Glorious is going to be looking good.
Here we go, Glorious with Changpang. First pick. Onto his side, OBABO with the Marsha and the Bella as the first and second unit locked in. Glorious bringing out that Shan.
I did question Changpang as a pick recently in the previous game, but what do I know, because it worked out incredibly for him. Glorious deciding that he wants to pick up the Oliver this time because Oliver worked so well for him in the past. Actually surprised that he's not gone for a Masher counter. There's 2 wind units on the field and OBABO could really take advantage of that. I think OBABO will probably want to compete for speed.
Here we go, Glorious with the Shan and the Oliver for second and third unit. OBABO goes with the Sekhmet and the Merlong for the third and fourth unit. Glorious brings out that Escher for the fourth unit, puts that Escher out.
Alright, I mean, Rexas, we saw Rexas use the Escher against Glorious earlier. It didn't work out so well for him. So that's probably why Glorious has decided against it. And now he's bringing out those water units that finally counting the Masher. I do like those picks so far.
There we go. He does take out that Escher out and switches it for the Nana and brings out that Abilio for his final pick on Glorious' side. Glorious has drafted his 5 units. OBABO, 1 more unit to draft up your deck.
I think a wind unit would deal quite well with this draft, and it looks like OBABO really wants to take the first turn with this Charlotte. I think in terms of the bans, Sekhmet would be a good ban. The Charlotte would also be a good ban. On Glorious' side, it's really hard to say because everything looks so scary. I think the Shan is a solid ban as well as the Nana. But also their Belio counters the Molong really hard and the Masher, so a couple of options for OBABO there.
Exactly like what you said. Wind unit has come out on the 5th pick for OBABO. Charlotte has been locked in the final unit. Segment gets the ban. Changpang gets the ban. What leader skills are we going to see, boss?
Well, we have the 33% speed lead from Glorious, and now he doesn't have a strip anymore, which is huge for Glorious. I think that OBABO has this match heavily in his favor at the moment.
Here we go, Glorious 2, OBABO 0. First turn with the Nana. OBABO's team all immunity, but Nana goes, put some damage into that Masha. Oliver goes into the Masha as well, gets additional turn into the Masha. Bella.
I think Abelio is going to be so crucial in this match in sustaining his team, and as well as the Nana, because OBABO is going to get to pump out some serious damage right now.
OBABO's not playing around, he's pumping out some serious damage, takes out that Abelio out of this match. Fast link from Masha, goes into Abelio, does not crit. Charlotte, oh, with the glancing and the attack bar decrease and increase. Bella taking out that Abelio, Melon with the Dragon's Dance, stunning that Shan. Shan can't move. Masha almost deleting that Shan. Shan is almost out of this game.
Yeah, unfortunately for Glorious, the lack of a second stripper, having the Changpeng banned out was huge for him. OBABO kind of learnt from his previous mistake of not banning the wounds, so he banned the stripper. Glorious was not being able to do nothing, even though he took the first turn, and he really took advantage of that. I wonder if the Olive was a bad choice of leader skill. Maybe he should have just picked the Nana lead or something like that for a little bit more sustain, and then to move on the second turn.
Beautiful comeback from OBABO, taking that one set off away from Glory, making it 2-1, best out of 5. Still anyone's match today.
Yeah, I mean, that match felt like OBABO was trying to prove a point there, saying, look, I'm the man. Don't mess around, because I got what it takes. I got a back catalogue of units that are going to deliver when I need them to, and they certainly did there. It just felt Baus too strong for Glorious. You mentioned it yourself there. I think the pick and bans made a huge impact there.
Absolutely, Glorious not picking up an additional stripper. He did show the Shiho initially, but then he didn't pick it up later on in the draft. I think a Moore would have been a much better pick for him, because the Moore brings the speed lead, brings the strip. Maybe he doesn't have access to that unit, so that's why he didn't pick him. But if he did have that, then he would be looking really good. I really liked the OBABO Charlotte pick though. It wasn't a swift Charlotte actually, it was probably a violent will Charlotte, and it had so much control and gave him another round of turns with attack bar reduction for the opponent team, as well as the attack bar boost for his own team. So really well played from OBABO there.
Certainly. Great breakdown as well there, Baus. Loving that, my friend. Right, we're heading back into the pick and ban phase. Can Glorious make the most of this match point? We'll have to figure out what happens next. Let's head in and see how this one unfolds.
Summoners, our final match of the day. It is a best out of 5, 4th set right now. 2-1 Glorious leads with 2 and OBABO on 1. Pre-ban Zareen, Segment and Shan are banned.
Good pre-ban from Glorious once again, but he's going to have to learn the lesson of the previous match. I feel like both of these players are gaining experience from their past slight missteps, and this is going to be an extra competitive match.
An exciting match coming ahead for us. OBABO with the Masha first pick, Glorious Kano and Changpeng for first and second pick.
Well, we don't get to see that Carnal very often these days. The one time it was picked by Ismo, it didn't do a whole lot. But at the same time, that the 44% arena HP lead is not to be laughed at.
Here we go, OBABO bringing out that more, aka Water Ryu for his second pick.
That is the unit that I wanted Glorious to pick in the previous draft, and OBABO is committing really hard to the turn 1, so I think Glorious, if he has the units for it, he's gonna need to think about a Leo potentially, because Leo would counter this draft so hard, as well as maybe a Molong or an Abelio.
Here we go, OBABO bringing out that Escher for the 3rd unit, locks that in. Glorious bringing out an Oliver for his 3rd unit, but changing his mind, switching it for the Nana, and Glorious brings out his Tian Lang to play. 4th unit locked in Tian Lang.
I think that's actually a really good pick, not choosing the Oliver, because I don't think Glorious wants to compete for turn 1 this time. What he tried to do in the previous match, it didn't work out really well, and the Tianlang counters the Escher and the Maw quite well, as well as the Nana bringing some nice sustain.
There we go. OBABO brings out a Shizuka for his 4th unit and a Savannah for his 5th unit. Savannah coming out to play. Glorious goes with a Seimei again for his 5th unit. She's done good for him in the past. Will she do the same again today?
Seimei has done well for him in the past, but I'm really not sure about Seimei in this draft. I thought the Leo was quite an obvious pick, and maybe he doesn't own a Leo, maybe that's why, but the Leo would have been a better pick than Seimei. Doesn't matter here though.
Here we go, the Benzarin, we've got the speed lead and the HP lead. Glorious with the 44% Kano HP lead. OBABO with the Ryu, more speed lead. First turn goes to the Esha. Esha, would you buff up? Oh, Esha buffs up. Tiang Lang gets the passive. He's gonna cut in. What will he do?
Incredible speed from OBABO on his Mortar. Tian Lang did not manage to cut after the Escher used his speed buff, but now he has managed to cut and not done a whole lot, unfortunately, for Glorious.
Wow, that fast link doing some serious damage onto that Changpang, gets an additional turn and taking that Soul Harvest stack from the Nana. We've got the Kano that's about to take a turn, but immunity is up on OBABO's side. Kano can't do his AoE.
Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't matter here. But I was going to say that Masha reduced the attack bar of Changpang so he couldn't strip before the Kano, but it doesn't matter when you proc.
Here we go. Masha, where would you put the damage? Takes that Changpang out. Additional turn. Fast link is available. Goes into that Kano. Doing some serious damage. Kano still surviving. Nana. AoE defense break or skill 1. Additional damage. Goes for the AoE defense break.
Oh, wow.
Sword of Rain? Nah. Doesn't do Sword of Rain.
I feel like that was another misplay from Glorious. I don't think he should have used this skill 2 on Nana because Kano had Sword Rain up, but because he let the Water Ryu the Maul get an additional turn, the Kano was taken out before he got to move. If he just held back on that skill, then Sword Rain might have given him some additional stacks.
OBABO looking very healthy right now. Nana, where will you put the damage? Taking out that Esha, getting an extra stack. Ryu with that attack break from Tiang Lang, failing to land it. Here we go, Tiang Lang, skill 1, defense break. Which unit? Goes onto the Masha, fails to land the defense break. Lands the defense break, Masha surviving just by an inch.
Well, it's not quite over yet, especially because of how tanky this Tian Lang is, but I do feel like OBABO is going to bring this match back to 2 games to 2. A really exciting match this time round, actually.
Yes, very exciting, very interesting, and a beautiful comeback maybe? Here we're about to see Masha taking out that Tiang Lang. Nana versus the world. Nana not giving up. Nana gets the stack, killing that Masha. Shizuka, Water Ryu. Oh, stunning that Nana.
Yeah, I do think that Glorious was a little bit unlucky earlier in the match when Tian Lang managed to cut, but he didn't manage to strip so much. But at the same time, I really liked OBABO's draft overall. Just so much damage over and over again with the Shizuka as support. It did the goods for him.
What a beautiful match for our last match for the day. OBABO almost taking the win, bringing this to a tiebreaker. Next match will be the decider. Winner moving to Europe Cup straight away.
Yes, indeed. We all go down to the last game of the day. We wanted a best of 5, and we got it. OBABO comes back to make it 2-2 with 1 game left to play, and that is it. That will dictate who goes through into the Europe Cup with Pinkroyd straight through to Berlin. Unbelievable stuff here. I mean, OBABO there remaining steady, fast, aggressive, strong. I want to ask you guys, we've seen a lot of Ryu to use today as well, Baus. What is it about the character or about the monster that is so pivotal this year for a lot of our players?
Yeah, Water Ryu the Maul actually brings a lot. It brings the speed leads, brings the strip, and Pinkroyd and OBABO both use that unit to perfection because it can sell really well for other units like the Oliver, like the Changpang, or anything else in your locker. And that is exactly what OBABO did. In fact, he brought a lot of damage, and it was just too much for Glorious to handle. Even with that Nana sustain, even with the Kano HP lead, it wasn't quite enough. Unfortunately for Glorious, that little bit of a potential misplay in giving the Maul the extra turn also didn't help him too much. But at the same time, I think even if he didn't, there were still 2 water units on the field, so it was really tough. And now we get to watch a decider.
Yes, we do. OBABO versus Glorious. It's 2-2. The winner of this will go through to the Europe Cup. Let's find out how this one concludes. Over to Baus and Killer.
Guys, what a way to finish off today's prelims day 1. We've got a beautiful match coming your way. We've got the pre-bans about to come in.
Precisely, and I think we're going to see similar pre-bans to what we did before and in bit 2.
Exact same pre-bans as predicted, boss. We've got the Tableau and the Wunsa. Will the drafting be the same? Will the drafting be different?
We've shown that both players are able to bring some really interesting picks. Glorious has favored the Changpeng a lot because that's one of his few strippers. I don't think he has access to them more, but the Masher will be a really contested pick as well.
Masha gets flashed out but changed around for that Changpeng. OBABO takes that opportunity to steal that Masha away and the Merlong. Glorious goes with the Shan.
We love to see the Shan. We've not actually been able to see the Shan very much because OBABO keeps banning it or taking him out before he gets to move. The time when Glorious did get to use this Shan against Raxas was incredible. I really hope we do get to see some more Shan action, but if he does do that, he's gonna need to make sure he brings out another stripper and not make the mistake of the past. He doesn't have access to the Wunsa though, unfortunately.
Here we go, Glorious with the Shizuka for the 3rd unit and the Shan for the 2nd unit. OBABO taking a few seconds to decide on his draft and response.
Indeed, OBABO has access to the Sekhmet this time, which does really well with against all of these 3 units on the field, which was pre-banned in this previous match. I think he'll be thinking about that, as well as the Moor, which he can also use.
Here we go, we've got the Moor, aka Water Ray, locked in. The Savannah comes out to play once more. Glorious goes with the Oliver, and the Trident takes the Oliver out, switches it with the Escher, but I believe he's not finished locking in these units.
I'm really surprised. I think he should go with the Oliver. The Oliver does so much more than the Escher. The Escher gives you first turn and speed buff, but the Shan brings the speed buff already, so I think he should continue with Oliver, especially because there's no synergy between Diana and Triton.
This is a very serious match. Oh, Glorious not deciding what to do till the final second, bringing that Trident for the 4th unit, Oliver for the 5th unit. OBABO, final pick. What will your 5th unit be?
Good man. He finally went for what I told him to go for, but at the same time, a fire unit is going to counter his draft so hard, and it's going to be a must ban, whatever it is. The Verdhill works, the Douglas would work, lots of other stuff.
Oh, Verdhill comes out for the 5th unit on OBABO's side, locks it in.
I think the Verdhill is probably a must ban for Glorious. For OBABO, he could think about banning out the Oliver so he can compete for first turn potentially and hope that the Triton misses the pushback.
Here we go, the Shan gets the ban, the Moor gets the ban. What leader skills? We got the leader skill from Oliver, 33 speed lead, and OBABO with the Merlong HP 33 lead. Guys, final set of the day. Winner moves straight to the Europe Cup. Who will it be? Glorious versus OBABO. Trident takes the first turn, goes for the strip, manages to strip 2 out of the 3 units.
That's really lucky for Glorious that Verd didn't revenge, and he was very brave to not ban out the Verd. I think that was a mistake, to be honest. Yes, the Moor would have cut, but I don't think the Moor would have done too much compared to what this Verdhill would do, especially because he doesn't really have any damage dealers to deal with fire units. The Masher is going to be really hard to take out as well. I think Glorious is in a tough position.
Here we go, Shizuka with all things in nature, putting up that 2-turn immunity on Glorious side. Oh, Mega, Impulse Gun ready from Oliver. Where will he put the damage? Goes for the attack bar pushback on that Savannah, lands it. Trident, will you go for the silence or will you go for skill 1? Goes for the silence, lands it on the Merlong and the Savannah. Oh, Bird taking out that Oliver.
Even though this Verd has hardly revenged at all, it's not been enough for Glorious. I mean, Glorious has just gone too hard on the wind units, and OBABO, even if he didn't have access to the Verd, the Masher would be enough to deal with what he has on the field. Even if he didn't have the Masher, the Verd is enough. I think Glorious in his draft should have thought about something else to deal with the Masher, but I'm not sure what, because OBABO took out the Moor.
That was a huge resistance from that Verdhill, changing this game around a little bit. Masha with that fast link into that Trident, landing some serious damage and defense break. Serious Matter follows up with Changpeng from Glorious side. Skill 1 Shizuka into that Savannah, doing nothing. Oh, this match looks pretty well decided or in favor of OBABO right now.
Indeed, I do think this match was decided in draft, because there was just not enough Masher counters. We know that Masher is one of the scariest units on the table. Yes, Glorious did decide to bring a second stripper, but he didn't bring anything that could deal with that Masher. And the Masher has just deleted units like there's no tomorrow, as she is known to do. Looks like OBABO is going to win this match.
What a comeback from OBABO, being down 2 points, coming back up to get that third win, 3 in a row. Shizuka taking all these hits. Vertihill goes into Shizuka. Shizuka 1v4. Shizuka, what are you going to do? Savannah takes that Shizuka. OBABO getting that 3 wins in a row. OBABO advancing to the EU Cup.
Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the fact that he's gone 3 for 3 there. The last 2 games, OBABO needed to make it happen and be